What do you think June would sound like on last Christmas? Like, do you think it's his vibe?
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Yeah.
I feel like the only thing I can think about is that Baby 4 clip where they were all sitting around the table singing Christmas songs to each other. They
Like,
were like, go and
there's
act
this
it.
video. There's this video, I don't know what it is, either some interview where they are singing Last Christmas and June, is doing his June thing. Like, gave you my heart. And on the side, June is like,
Down, 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 Noona.
Hi, we are.
NoonaTalk, Sophia.
I'm Zara, and today is a very exciting episode because we have a very special guest joining us. But before we get into all of that, we are Nuna Talk, a podcast where we talk about K-pop, K-drama, K-culture, everything, especially if you're a Desi stan. But even if you're not, that's fine. We welcome everyone. You can catch our episodes weekly here on YouTube, so subscribe to us for that. And if you want just the audio version, we're on every podcasting platform like Spotify, Amazon, Apple, Google, etc. You can also follow us on Instagram at Noona Talk, exactly like it sounds, for all other K-pop and K-drama and K-life updates. Who are we but talking to today?
Today we are joined by a very, very, very special DJ, content creator, Instagram, Reels, YouTube, TikTok person who does the best mashups of K-pop and non-K-pop songs. So if you wonder what J-Hope sounds like on Unholy, let's ask Bethel.
Let's get into all of that.
Get into it, yeah.
And today we're being joined by a master mashup maker, Bethel Mahoney. Say hi.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Hi
Of
Bethel,
course.
tell us a bit about yourself.
Yes, I am a content creator. I guess that's what you call it if you post on TikTok and Instagram. I'm a DJ. I make mashups. The DJ has been more of a recent new addition to what I do. But yeah, I do a lot of BTS mashups.
How did you get into this? Was it a
DJing.
hobby? Did you know somebody who knows it? Like, how did it work out?
So for college, my Bachelor of Arts was in music, and so I took a few courses, music technology courses. But as far as DJing goes, that anytime I would go out and like you would hear a DJ and they don't do a transition well, you're like, oh, you should have just did 30 more seconds of this song or what. That always was in the back of my mind, like I could do this too, like you have that background. But it really took like July for me to finally just say like, no, I'm doing this. So this has been a recent like thing. I haven't even been fully a DJ for a year yet, but I have been making
Oh,
mashups for 4, 5 years.
that's
And
so
where did the
cool.
idea of like K-pop mashups come in?
The time period of me making mashups is around the same time period of when I got into K-pop. I got into
Oh,
BTS in 2018, and I actually got into them it was a really rough point in my life. My mom passed, and I got
mm,
fired from 2 of my jobs. I was like, what am I going to do with myself right now? And then YouTube, it's on my recommended the fake love music video. So then I just started going down the rabbit hole, watching the Ellen Show interviews, the performances, you name it. And then I'm like,
mm.
this would be interesting to like put them in different songs, see how that works. So I would do it here and there, but not until the pandemic started. That's when I was like posting on TikTok my mashups
Oh.
and like actually seeing how other people feel about it.
Do you
No,
remember
it's
like
been
the first
incredible to
mashup
watch.
that
My,
really went viral or people really recognized?
yeah. So the first one I did the Truth Untold with Love Lies by Khalid and Normani. That one I posted that one just me pointing, being like, oh, what, like this, and the transition. It went very well, like on YouTube, because I already had the full version. I ended up getting 100,000 views on YouTube from
Oh,
that mashup, and I was like,
wow.
whoa, like let's take a moment.
And but now have you been DJing full time? Because I saw you did the New Year's party as well.
Yeah, so this is still part time. I work a full office day job. So this is, we'll see if I start getting, booked more, then like this, I would definitely, go full force with it. But right now it's been kind of like a part-time thing.
What has it been like with the response from people and, overall?
It's been really good. I get surprised every time because when you like actually like DJing and stuff and seeing like faces to people like and them giving me the feedback, like it really shocks me. I don't know why. It just kind of, I'm like, wow, people actually like this, and they're telling me that, and it's really rewarding. Like honestly, like that's what I feel like most fulfilled is like actually like being surrounded with people and like DJing. So I'm hopeful to see what can happen, but it's been crazy. Like I don't I kind of short circuit. Like I kind of like what do you mean me? Like what are you talking about?
And since you are Army, I think both of us are. I'm wearing my mic drop idol sweatshirt as well.
Yes.
Represent.
It begs the question, who is your bias?
So that changes every week. Jin has been my bias. However, I'm very like rap line. Something happens when I go off when I hear them. Then Jin released the astronaut, and I was like, well, okay, I guess I'm not. Yeah.
It's like the graph keeps like moving like this.
Yeah, it just keeps moving. Yeah.
But okay, what has been your favorite song that you have done up till now? A mashup or yeah.
Oh, so I would say I feel like I burned this to the ground. That it might be annoying when I say this, but I did Super Tuna with Survivor by Destiny's Child, and that's just like my number one. Like I think like I don't know what happened that day when I thought of that, but like the story behind it actually is a story. And
okay, let us know.
We're ready.
Like, yeah, it just kind of makes sense because Survivor, they're like trying to survive, and then Super Tuna, like I don't know. The key is right, the BPMs are right for it. I was like, why? I don't know why, but yeah, that would be my favorite one.
So is that
That's a
how you
really good
identify songs to mash up, by the key and BPM?
Yeah, so BPM is my first thing. If it's around the same, I can kind of tweak with it and change the tempo so it matches. If it's something that's just like way too fast, I don't really mess with it because it's kind of hard to manipulate for me to make it work together. And then the key, because I don't want to have anyone sounding like a demon or like nightcore, like high pitch.
Yeah.
So that's also something I actually have I have a spreadsheet actually for me so that I can kind of keep track of like what I've done and like what I'm thinking about making next and what the BPMs are. And that's helped me a lot.
And for someone who's listening and doesn't know what a BPM is, what would that be?
That's a beat per measure. So certain songs will have a certain like, so Super Tuna, I know this because I just was looking at it, is like 80 and Survivor is around 80. So because they were both around the same, well, that is the same BPM. I was able to kind of make that work faster, like because I was like, oh, this is the same BPM. So all I have to do is really align this at a right part of the song.
Like I listen to your mashups constantly. I'm such a fan, and it's really interesting to see the process. So other than BPM or key, how do you go about picking the songs that you might want to mix together?
So before it was all about sound. Now I look into the lyrics because before I wanted to do Tomorrow with BTS with Snoop Dogg, but obviously Tomorrow we know that it's a pretty sad song. So, but before I would kind of just
Do
go
BTS know that?
Yeah, it's a really So before I would kind of just like listen to the flow, like especially with rap line. I did a lot of rap line mashups. Like if their flow kind of worked with the song, then I would like look at the BPMs, look at the key. I'm like, oh, okay, if this works, then I will like mess around and see if I can get it to align right. But now I also look at the lyrics more because I want it to sound as realistic as possible. Not only because if someone who knows Korean is listening to my mashups, it might be confusing if it doesn't really make sense. So now I look at the lyrics and then also the BPM and key too, which takes me a little bit longer now. But I want it to be as realistic as possible.
Dream mashup, something that you've thought about, two artists who you'd like to put together, you just maybe haven't found the right sound yet.
Yes. So right off the top of my head, I've already done Taylor Swift and Jin. That's been my goal. I was able to get a few of those to work. I'm trying to think. Jungkook, I really want him on R&B. Like SZA, I want a Jungkook in R&B. SZA, Summer Walker, like I really want to get him to work on something like that, but I haven't found the right song to do it.
Okay, so we've talked about dream mashups and we've talked about what you've been doing and how you've been part-time working as a DJ. What is the future? Are you working on original music? Would you like to be a full-time DJ? Would you like to move into music production?
Yes to all of that. Yeah, I would love for the dream is to like do my own, like, because I used to do like producing. I'm trying to get back into it. So I would love to do like as a part of like these mashups, do like if I produced a BTS song and do like something like that where I make a mashup that way. I would love to DJ full time, do music full time. So that would definitely be my goal, because I definitely feel fulfilled in the DJing, and yes, like it's so much fun. So I would say that's my goal.
So when you're DJing, tell us a bit about that. Like, I know there's always a certain thought process when you make the playlist and you make the transitions. So like, what is it that you go for, or does it vary depending from event to event? Like, what is the idea behind the playlist?
I'm still learning on what the best way to go about it is. So each time I've done a gig, it's been a learning experience. My instinct is I just want people to dance for like the whole time. Like I just want hype energy, but it's not possible to just, have that energy all night. So I'm trying to figure out a way so that like when it's calm, it's not too calm, but I really only want hype, which might not be realistic. So yeah, I go like in the beginning, try to go for a hype vibe, and then in the middle, try to calm it down. And then at the end, we have to end it with some energy. So yeah.
So what's the
And in terms
perfect
of, like-
opening
sorry.
and closing song?
Oh, my perfect opening is "We Are Bulletproof" Part 1. That's a good
Yes.
one
Okay.
to start. And I love ending with my Super Tuna Survivor mashup.
Oh my God, I would love to come to one of your sets. Now, like the main thing that we really wanted you to come here for is that if somebody wants to start doing their own remixes, because this is a very selfish thing, because I like look at you and I'm like, how can I do that? Because there's so many songs we hear and I'm like, oh my God, that would sound great together. But
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that. So tell us like everything, what software you use, how to just go about it, how can somebody who has no musical knowledge make their first mashup?
Yes. So first, you need YouTube. You need a way to convert the audio. It's like to download it, basically like a YouTube to MP3, and then you have to separate the instrumental from the voice. So there are apps that can do that for you, so that you don't have to. Because actually doing it is a lot of work trying to separate it. So I would recommend like finding one that separates the voices for you. Or on YouTube, there are people who do that, where they have the acapella and the instrumental, and they just have it posted. So I would do that. And then BPM, as you're listening to the song, if you have like an app or something that you can like just tap along to the song to see what the BPM is, because some of this stuff online doesn't really have the right BPM or key. Yeah, if they're not always correct, so I always like to just do it myself. And yeah, you don't need Logic Pro, because it costed me $200 and I needed it for undergrad. So you could use like Audacity. That's a program you could use. It's free. There's some other free, but I can't think of the top of my head. But yeah, knowing the BPM, the key, how do I explain that? Finding the right key can be a little hard, because like for me, I go on my piano to try to, the websites aren't always accurate about like the key. what key the
Okay.
song is in. Rap line is very easy to do mashups because you don't really have to do like you don't have to worry about a key because they're rapping. So I don't know if you have rap line ideas, that would be easier. But yeah, I don't know if I set this in a chronological way or if those.
No, I'm getting it. I was picking
Yeah.
up. But
We've
that
talked
is
a lot about
interesting.
BTS and like making music, mashing up their songs. But are there other? I mean, I know you do other artists as well. Who are the other K-pop artists that you do like to make mashups with?
Stray Kids, I've really been standing that recently. Like I really love their music. They have all that like hype, like rap heavy music I like to listen to. TXT, I'm also starting to get into them more, so I'd love to do some more with them. ATs, NCT, some girl. I should do some more girl groups too. Like I want to do like new Jeans more because I've been listening to their music recently. They're really
We
doing
all
well.
have.
They're doing very well with their music. So them, La Seraphim, Blackpink, Twice. I don't think I've done Twice yet. So I'm open to really any groups.
Any particular rappers or vocalists whose voices really stand out to you that you want to add to this as well from all of these groups?
Changbin from Stray Kids, Bangchan from Stray Kids, Mingi from ATEEZ. He's my ATEEZ bias. Obviously BTS, Suga. I think I've done the most of Suga and RM. I need to do more J-Hope ones. I really do.
Have you ever
Amazing.
heard a mashup where you're like, oh shit, I should have done that one? Have you ever had that kind of a moment?
I actually had that yesterday. I was gonna do Vibe with Can't Feel My Face by The Weeknd, and on YouTube someone already did that. I was like I was because the chorus like goes, I could hear Vibe like with Can't Feel My Face, but someone already did that, so that's not. I don't know. I could maybe do it and do it different, but like I really try to go outside of the box, and yeah, someone thought of that already.
So you've done a lot of K-pop and Western artist mashups, but would you ever do K-pop and K-pop mashups?
Yes, I did a few months ago. I need to do more of them, but I did with 17. I did Cheers with RM. If RM was on Cheers.
I heard that.
Thank you. Yeah, that one. I was like, oh, this is like, I need to do more K-pop ones because that's the only one that comes to mind at the moment. But I'm open to.
That's cool. And what about Western artists? Like, who are you listening to non-K-pop? Who you just listen to and you're like, their beats just work for me.
SZA, I'm listening to so much SZA. The Weeknd, Megan Thee Stallion.
Any producers like that you really look up to?
Timbaland. I'm noticing there's a resurgence of the 2010s. Like people have been like mixing music from that time. I'm like, yes. So I'm glad. Like definitely Timbaland. He would be up there for me. And Dr. Dre.
All right. So we'll do like a small quick fire round with you if you're up for it. It's just like
Yeah.
quick answers that you want to tell us. And are you ready for it? You have to just not think about it. You have to instantly give us an answer.
Okay.
Okay. You're doing a DJ set and somebody slides over and takes over. Which K-pop artist is it?
Suga.
Okay. What was the K-pop song that you first heard, like for the first time? That was like, oh my God, what is this?
Oh, so this actually, it wasn't in, so BTS, like, that's why I really got into K-pop, but in high school, what's their name? Oh My God by, like, it's not Girls' Generation, but it's a second gen group.
That's okay, we'll Google later.
Yeah, Wedding Dress by Taeyang. Wedding Dress is another one. I remember that was like 2013. Yeah, I remember hearing that song.
Who was your first BTS bias?
RM.
And what was the first RM song that really drew you in?
Oh, I would say Soul. I would say like Mono. That's after I got into BTS, but like that's the first song that came to mind that I was like solo work wise. Yeah.
What's your favorite K-pop MV?
Fake Love.
If you had to introduce a friend to K-pop, what would be the first song that you make them listen to?
I don't want to say fake love again.
You can be honest. It's
I'll
fine.
say fake love. I'll say fake love again. That song's just so superior, not just because of the origin story, but like musically, it's just amazing. So I don't know. I feel like that would be a good one.
What's a song you like listening to when you want to really hype yourself up?
Dejita.
And what's a song you're listening to when you're really low and feeling really blue?
The Truth Untold.
Okay, finally, what was the last song you listened to?
Oh, I think it was Low by SZA, like an hour ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. That was our quick fire round. Is there anything else you want the listeners to know about you, where they can find you, how they can check out your stuff?
Follow you, listen to what you've
yeah.
created.
Yes. So I am on Instagram, Bethel Mahoney, and I'm on TikTok, Bethel Mahoney Music. And my SoundCloud, YouTube, and everything is like linked on my profiles in there for full versions and stuff.
Thank you so much for joining us. And if you guys haven't already followed Bethel, go follow her now. Wasting time. Thank you so much. This was a great episode to have you on.
Thank you for having me.